Hi friends, this is MD Vegan. Today I make an apple pie and I have a nice new variation with a macadamia vanilla cream as a bottom over the bottom. So it's a little layer of cream, of vanilla cream, and then the apples. And it's pretty simple also. I have to cut the apples into small pieces. I will show you later. First I begin as usual with the bottom, almonds and dates. Very simple. Here's my Springform. You see, it's pretty big. Maybe 22 centimeters. 23, you see, very large. And it's here layered with baking paper. And a little bit fatted, oiled with coconut oil. A little bit, just to make it easier. But here, my food processor, fitted with the S blade. As you know, I always use that for the dates and for the almonds. And here I have a pretty much maybe 2.5 or 3 cups of almonds. And they go in at first to make it easier to process. The first step I can show you, you can assist here very easily. The first step, only the almonds. That makes it easier to break it down. And then the dates. See, it's pretty gross. The coarse meal, almond meal, that's enough. And then I will add, you have a dozen dates. These dates are maybe half as a medjool date. They are pitted, of course, and washed a little bit. So I have a dozen of those, and maybe you don't need that many with have medjool dates. You can maybe take 7 or 8 or so, or 6. It depends on how sweet you would like your bottom, and how fast you would like to have it fit here. Because more dates, it's easier. It sticks together more firmly. So I will not let you assist all the time because it would take too much time, but I will be back in a second. Took some more time. There was a big amount of almonds. Always takes a little bit more time, but it is maybe 3 minutes, not more. But you see what it looks like here? This is a nice texture. And you begin to do that the first time, make this kind of dough, you have problems because you don't know how long. And this is what it looks like. You know, it is picky, it sticks together a little bit, but not too much, so it stays a little bit light, not so like a marzipan. You don't want to have a marzipan here. I don't want to have it here. Then you would go on and processing until it's very, very firm, like a marzipan. That's not needed here. So here, put it all in there. And I have a tool to get everything out here. This is made for this processor. We have our own processor. You have such a tool probably. I show you today because I will need it once again. So I fit the S blade in again, put it back to where it belongs, and let it sit for a while. I will use it soon. So here, first I spread out the dough evenly. It's not a dough yet. It will become a dough once I press it down evenly. And a lot of almonds in there. So I have a nice firm bottom and a thick bottom. I like this with the apple pie. Apples and almonds and dates, they are so nicely together. And so I have a little bit more. And now, once it is all spread evenly, I press it down firmly with the knuckles of my hands, the fist. So it will cut a piece out of the cake when it's ready. The piece will keep together, not fall apart. It's nicer to offer and it's more fun to eat. I assume. So it's important to press it down firmly. And well, it's not very difficult. Not like rolling the dough of a cake, like our mothers, grandmothers did, and with baking bread and these things. This is a lot easier, and but very nice too. See, this is my dough, my bottom. It is like, it's a centimeter maybe. It's pretty nice. It's a nice part of the cake. Like it a lot. So first part, the layer. The first layer is the bottom. Second part, macadamia nuts. I told you. Here I have my macadamia nuts. They're a little bit soaked in water. You can replace with other nuts you like. I'm going to use the soaking water together with the nuts. There's no problem. And together with dates and vanilla. That makes the flavor. Vanilla is very nice. I want to have vanilla cream. And vanilla likes lots of sweetness. And that is very nice together. And macadamias have a very strong flavor. Intense. It is a hard flavor. A little bit like, not bitter, but it goes in that direction. They have a very strong flavor. It's nice for cheese, to make cheese, fermented cheese with. Very different from cashew nuts, where are so sweet. These are not so sweet. But together with the dates and the vanilla, it will be a wonderful flavor. Yeah. So that is first I put in. First the nuts, the dates, a little bit of water and the vanilla to make the cream. I might have to put some more water in, but it's better the other way around. If I put too much water in the beginning, yeah, it's a little bit too dry. So it's easy to have some water at hand, filtered water of course, just a little bit, to have it more creamy. Because once the water is in, you can take it out again. So better put the water later. Creamy, I guess. Now, yeah, I'll show you. This is how creamy it is. It's nice, right? Nice and creamy. And with the vanilla flavor, I'm sure. I don't need to taste it now. I know. Let me taste it. Let me taste it. Yeah. Wow. The macadamia with the vanilla. That is so super. Like a pear almost. What a nice flavor. I'm gonna try this. Now I add the ingredients that make it firm up, not to run away. So I have two of them. I have here coconut oil. Here, it's just 3 or 4 tablespoons on a water bath, in a metal container here. So you'll liquefy very quickly. It's just a very easy tool for me, very trick. Always use this one. I have a nice cup for the hot water and a little metal container, and it goes all in there. At the end, of course. First the nuts, and then the oil, and also at last here the lecithin. I use lecithin, then I don't need to use that much of the oil because the oil is very heavy. It's nice and creamy, and the lecithin is creamy too. But it is no fat, not that much. So, and it makes up firm. So better to combine both, and they're very healthy. Lecithin is very healthy for the skin, for the bones, for the eyes, and for the hair, and you know, this kind of things. Lecithin very good. It's vegan, of course, it has to be vegan. There are other brands too, but use always the vegan one, sure. Sound of the blender, ready to go. So, yeah, see, even creamier now. The coconut oil and the lecithin, see, very nice now. And it goes into the second layer, on top of the bottom. I just let it pour, roll, flow onto the bottom. Yeah. So. Now again, the nice tool, the rubber tool, to get out everything from the blender. The nice cashew nut cream here, macadamia nut cream, vanilla cream. I won't want to waste anything in the blender, so that's important. So I spread it evenly, and it's nice, pretty runny now. And if you like, you could wait. You could put it in the fridge or the freezer for a while you are making the third layer. So I show you. Oops. Here it looks like. See, it's as maybe the same size at the bottom, and here it already begins to firm up, and it should be firm a little bit once you put the apples on top, because otherwise the two layers will mix a little bit. That's your choice. You can do it either way. I prefer to put it in the freezer for a while, and then I continue to make the third layer. I'll come back in a sec. I use my time wisely. I cleansed a little bit my tools here, and now all I have to make is process the apple and put in some ingredients, make it nicer. So here I show you my cake, the two layers so far. Here, I put that in I just took it out of the fridge again, and it's a little bit firmer now. It's not perfectly firm. It needs to firm up a little bit more. But for the cake now, for the third layer, it's okay. I don't need to have it that firm up. So this can stay here for a while I make my apple layer, the main ingredient. So just use the same food processor with the S plate as before. I didn't need to clean it. That's okay. What I do now is have 5 large apples, and I here have 2 bowls. I put them in, and as you can see, I cut them pretty fine. And it takes some time, not that much time, but you see, the big chef knife, you can do it easily. Split the apple in half, and then make some slices, and the slices again crosswise into smaller pieces, and I have 2 bowls here, 2 equal bowls. The first one I will put in the food processor first. And at the same time, while I do that, while I cut the apples, I forgot to mention, I have a lemon at hand, and I sprinkled some lemon juice from the lemon onto my cutting board, and I always put some of the lemon on the chef knife, so the apples would would not turn brown. And in the end, I always put some of the lemon juice over the apples that are cut, so they remain light, not that brown. I don't like the apples turning brown. Yeah. So this is maybe 2½ apples, and I put a lemon into. That makes a very nice flavor together with the apples. A lemon, 1 lemon for 5 apples. That is okay. And afterwards, I will put some raisins in, without blending them. And the raisins will soak the apple juice and make it nice firm and have this wonderful flavor, and they're super healthy. So this is a very nice cake. So first, the first part of the apple is to make it a little bit creamy. Let's see how long it takes here in the food processor. Ooh. There's no need to make them really like apple sauce. That's not needed. It's just nicely broken down into a coarse puree, I would say. That's okay. And you see the nice light color? That's nice, right? Not brown. The peel is okay. So now I would put in the same time the second part of the apples. They don't need to be that much processed, together with psyllium husk. Psyllium husk is needed to make it a firm layer. Yeah? And psyllium husk is coarse as compared to lecithin or, for example, coconut oil I used before in the same recipe. But the psyllium husk is coarser and it goes so nicely with the apple. Whereas in other creams, I would not use psyllium husk. It makes it stay so coarse. So that's good for our digestion, the intestines. You know, it's in the gut. It's very nice to have psyllium husk there because they do a great job, like a fiber cleansing. But in the cream, it's still remaining a little bit coarse as to my flavor. There I would prefer lecithin or so. But this in the apple, it's perfectly. Apple has something gross too, some coarse. But it's wonderful, of course. Depends always where it goes, huh? So, I guess that's enough for now. And now the raisins go in finally. The raisins. I have to turn it over a little bit. And all I do now with the raisins, I will just fold them under a little bit. Just 2 more rounds or so. And that will be it. So this is my last layer. I put it on top of the macadamia cream. And this will be my apple pie. I take the knife, the blades out. Yeah. What it looks like, I show you. This is what it looks like. Yeah. It's a nice layer. Apples going on top. It'll sink in a little bit. It doesn't matter. I'm just thinking about, it might be even an advantage and nice to have the apples sink into the cream a little bit. Because the apples, as you can see, are remaining a little bit coarse. Yeah? They're a little bit coarse, not like an applesauce. It's more texture in this kind of apple puree. So, once it sinks into the macadamia cream, it might be a nice combination this way. And I can see already the sides, from the sides, the vanilla cream comes up a little bit to surround the apples. So, I'm very excited now. Looking forward what happens to this cake once it's firmed up in the refrigerator. And I will certainly show you a nice photo, which by now, once you see the video, you might have already seen, because it's always in front of the video. Okay, I'm talking a little bit out of time here. So but this is all I need to do that. This is my cake today. I will enjoy tomorrow. You see, from tomorrow. Can't eat it all. Friends are coming. I can join them with a little cake. So, enjoy this one. Tell me how you feel about it. I would be glad to hear. And subscribe and be vegan on YouTube. Have another recipe every single day.